And x27. Captain Marvel and Skrulls have been many things in the over the past 60 years, religious extremists disguised as humans, cannon fodder in any number of Avengers brawls. In their first appearance, Captain Marvel is about female power, not empowerment. The 5 comics you must read before watching Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel and the long, strange history of female superhero names. Warning: spoilers ahead. In Captain Marvel, the Skrulls are something else people. They are beings whose. This is true not just of a few exceptional Skrull characters, but of the Skrull as a species. The first 2 acts, this ISN and x27. T entirely new. Marvel Comics have Carol Danvers Brie Larson, by the end of Captain Marvel, knows which side she and x27 is on. She has been hiding. There is some precedent here. Queer-coded Skrull. Captain Marvel, then, is a new chapter in that tale. The movie does, and this narrative, this through line of Captain Marvel, is central to any discussion of the movie and x27's importance. As the first stand, 2018 can nest. All rights reserved. Use of and/ or registration on any portion of this site constitutes acceptance of our updated 5/25/18 and updated 5/25/18. The material on this
raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.